We cannot solve any of the 5 criteria needed to make a living cell. None of these can be solved. Mr. Farina has complained that I am a religious man. I'm not just religious, I'm deeply religious. Or as he puts it, I'm a, quote, super Jesus guy, unquote. While that's a label that I gladly embrace, and I believe that the Bible is God's word, I never appeal to that book of authority in my academic lectures or scientific discussions. I never couple those to my scientific criticisms of the origin of life research. If you were going to make a polypeptide, you'd need at least 100 of these for a very small polypeptide. Mr. Farina, show me the prebiotic chemistry that would do this coupling. Be my guest.
Okay.
I'm asking you to come up and show me the chemistry.
James, I don't need to write on the board.
You were absolutely clueless on polypeptides. You never gave me the coupling for that reaction. I want you to notice he didn't answer the question. I invited him to come up to show me the chemistry, how this is done.
No,
he did not. He did not.
You have never studied anything in this area. Are you kidding me? All you do is go, show me
polynucleotides. You have to be able to make RNA.
James, look, the
and
research
Benner
shows
never told us how much
functional RNAs. So it doesn't matter how much 2' doesn't matter.
It certainly does. And what about branching?
My God.
It's not there. It's not there. Nobody has ever done this prebiotically. You're going to be looking through your papers a long time. It's never been done. Without an enzyme, it is never been done.
You are completely clueless.
It's over. It's over. You can't make RNA, there's no life. You can't make RNA, there is no life. You haven't made peptides, you haven't made RNA. It's over. You have to be able to do is show me chemistry. I'm asking you specifically for chemistry, not a bunch of nonsense here. Show me the chemistry
not a bunch
to get
of peer-reviewed research.
This reaction to go such that you get coupling between the 3' hydroxyl to this 5' site. So you need 3'.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Every article that you cited in your videos, every article that you could ever cite that shows this coupling, shows this scrambling, you get significant amounts of 2,5, significant amount of branching. And that's why this chemistry doesn't work. Here we go. I asked you to come up here and show me the chemistry, just like I would do with a graduate student. I said, show me the chemistry. He did not.
I mean, you can say that.
Done. You can't do this, you can't make a cell. You can't do that, you can't make a cell. It's over, buddy. It's over.
Anyone who thinks nucleotide polymerization to form RNA has not been demonstrated is clueless. It's been demonstrated by hundreds of researchers and is just
right here.
I just showed you.
Do it. You got hundreds of examples. Show us. You won't come up.
What do you want me to draw on the board, James? What do you want me to draw on the board?
Show me the chemistry
on the board. Would you suddenly accept it? Why are you so obsessed with me using
Because you can't show a chemistry that's going to give you the 3,5 to the exclusion of the 2,5.
And I'm showing you another paper.
Mr. Farina!
Got it.
Here!
What do you want me?
Go! You don't do it! You just talk.
Why
Show
would
me the chemistry.
Why would I try to draw
I told you I would speak to you as I would speak to any graduate student. And I would tell them to come to the board and write. Come to the board and write. Okay, polysaccharides. In order to do this biologically, not prebiotically, but biologically, you have to use an enzyme that has about 1,000 amino acids in it. So the probability of that forming randomly would be 20 to the 1,000th. I mean, it's just a crazy big number. If something's bigger than 10 to the 50th, you don't have enough time in the universe. Here, you wouldn't have enough time in a billion universes.
Wow, big numbers,
yeah,
guys.
Big numbers. Is there any chemistry that you can show me that's prebiotically relevant that would do this coupling? And you will say, oh, I argue that only enzymes can do this. You don't have any enzymes because you couldn't make them here. You couldn't make them there. No enzymes. You're lost. We already established you don't have enzymes. You're clueless on that.
I showed peptide formation and I showed RNA formation, And this entire talking point is a
When you
non-starter.
can't do it with half of the amino acids, you didn't make it with the peptides. When you can't control that 2,5 linkage, that's 30 to 70% 2,5, you haven't made any functional nucleotide.
Okay,
so you don't have those two.
You're calling Shostak a liar because functional RNA was the first two words in the title of the paper. So you're actively calling
You remember what I told you about the title of the paper?
Again.
Remember what I told you about? It's a bunch of hype. That's why I said, Mr. Farina, show us the data. Show us the data. And you said you read the paper and you couldn't find it.
I showed you a bunch of papers.
You couldn't find in there how much 2,5 he has.
You just start
Shostak
shouting
is very
and then people
careful.
clap for you.
He would supply that number.
James.
Do you have another question for me? You have another question for me?
The question...
Come on, bring it on.
There's no... Will you concede that this is a perfectly viable explanation for biologically relevant polysaccharides?
You only came out with that in your second series. In your first video on me, you said, these just keep hooking on the end. Only when I nailed you on it did you come out in your second one and say, I meant it had enzymes. Okay. And in truth, with enzymes you can get it, but you don't have enzymes.
But if you'll grant me the enzymes anyway in this magical world that you've invented, where will you concede that this is a perfectly viable explanation for biologically relevant polysaccharides? Enzymes did it.
Well, let's take a look at that.
I mean, or you could just answer the question.
Let me tell you something. Let's take a look at that. This is a little molecule, right? This is a little 6-carbon molecule.
Sure.
You know how much it took to make this? It takes 11 enzymes, 4 of them unique, and 4 activators, and these 15 steps today to make it. You're telling me on an early Earth there was some enzyme that magically put this molecule together.
Yeah? Can you wrap your head around that, James?
No, name me one person that has made a stereo-controlled reaction to make glucose, and that could ever separate it from the mess that you get.
Why would they have to separate it?
Nobody.
Why would they have to separate it?
You have to separate it.
Why? You have to separate it in the lab because you need to characterize it because you're a chemist.
No, because
nature doesn't need to
take it on to the next step. There's so many
molecules that are in a mixture can't do chemistry.
What did Lee Cronin tell you?
And you're pretending that Lee Cronin is going, origin of life research is stupid. All of my work is stupid. Why would you think anyone would believe that?
Okay, here he is. He wrote it. Here he puts up this tweet. Origin of life research is a scam. Somebody says, why? He says, because no one is really trying to actually answer the question or thinks it can be done.
Okay, so...
There it is, Lee Cronin. Come to realization by looking at the data.
The
material must have come from outside the genome.
Everybody.
This is Lee Cronin, the non-religious guy saying this. He's seeing what I see. This is what I'm saying. Where does the specified information come from, Mr. Farina? Where does it come from? Tell us. Here, take the chalk. Write it for us. Anywhere you want.
Take the chalk.
Write it for us. Tell us.
Yes, Lee Cronin is pretending all of his work and that of all of his colleagues is meaningless.
He's your favorite advisor.
James.
He's your man. Over and over again.
You wrote it on the board.
You gave him half of an entire video, Lee Cronin. The reason you think these guys have everything is because you're very shallow in your understanding. You believe this nonsense that they put in the title. It said it in the title, so it has to be. I told you the titles are hyped. They're hyped. Look at the data. I urged you in my opening statement. Look at the data. Does Farina know chemistry? No.
I don't know chemistry.
You have a script. Anybody can read a script. You saw it tonight. The man could not speak without a script. He has people. Write it. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it. If you put a piece of paper in front of you, he can't speak chemistry.
Next question.
Every time I ask him a question, he's going through his, let me see what I can find.
James, if you
the man couldn't speak. Nobody can do this.
Nobody's good enough.
Nobody's good enough for this. You ought to do it, Dave. Why don't you make it happen? All you can do is write one word. You showed us no chemistry because you understand zero. You understand none of it.
Clueless.
Go. You don't do it. You just talk. Show me the chemistry.
Why would I try to draw
I told you I would speak to you. I asked you to come up here and show me the chemistry. Just like I would do with a graduate student. I said, show me the chemistry. He did not.
What do you want me to draw on the board, James? What do you want me to draw on the board?
Clueless.
Okay.
It's over, buddy. It's over.